Like, just lock the lineups in. The whole switching this guy out, now this guy ain't gonna play this game, and that guy, like, what we doing? So I totally disagree with that. Like, what we doing?
Ring the alarm. Ring the freaking alarm. There is beef in Golden State, and you can't tell me no different. Draymond Green destroyed his head coach and every coach on staff for the United States men's basketball team in the Olympics. But mainly, that smoke was for the head coach of the Olympic team. Also happens to be the head coach of the Golden State Warriors. One, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Kerr. But as you see, the game where the U.S. scraped by. Once again, Jason Tatum did not play. Remember, Steve Kerr already flamed himself. He flamed himself for not playing Jason Tatum at all against Serbia in the first blowout win.
You guys play your best game of the whole summer to this point, but you didn't get to use Jason Tatum, who's obviously one of the best players in the league. Obviously, that's one of the hard things to do in your role.
Yeah, it's tough, but Jason handled it really well. I talked to him today before the game that it may play out this way, just with Kevin coming back and the lineups that I wanted to get to. But that'll change. You know, Jason's going to play. Every game's going to be different based on matchups. He's a total pro. He's, first team All-NBA 3 years in a row. I felt like an idiot not playing him. But in a 40-minute game, you can't play more than 10. You really
Still, with that admission, Draymond came up the top rope and body slammed Steve Kerr with this one, fam. If you watch Draymond's video and you listen to what he said, and you came away thinking it was regular commentary, then you must be slower than a turtle high on weed. And that's facts. See, I don't just listen to what someone says, but I listen to how they say it. Level 3 media games game. And it's time for y'all to get educated. I put together a couple of clips. So altogether it's around 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. And you gotta listen to this. It's not enough just to hear Draymond. You need to see his expressions. But here's the catch. I think Draymond was spot on with his take. And I don't agree with Draymond all the time. I really don't. But I think he was 1,000% correct. But bro, what kind of player, even if you're right, what kind of player flames his head coach in the media before they started a regular season when you're supposed to be trying to win a chip? Explain it to me. It's not just what was said, it was how it was said. You understand? But I want you to decide whether Draymond just declared war on his head coach and see if I'm bugging out. Facts. I also have a hot take on why Jason Tatum is getting benched. You definitely want to hear that. So listen to this 2-minute clip, and when we come back and talk about it, you tell me if I'm overreacting, fam.
The talk of Team USA has been what? The playing time, the substitution. With Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton not playing a single minute in game 1, which was crazy. Like, you just don't not play Jason Tatum in game 1 of the Olympics because you don't not play Jason Tatum. That man just won NBA championship, cover of NBA 2K, cover of Sports Illustrated saying cheers. Just signed the biggest contract in NBA history. Oh, and by the way, your reward is sit down and don't play in the first Olympic game. In not playing him, it was wrong. We all know it was wrong. He should play. He didn't, but he should have played. So it was wrong, and we know that. What I don't like about it is, now to me, it feels like a cover in my tracks, like proving a point type thing to where like, oh, now Joel's out of the lineup. And then today, Drew didn't play. And I'm sure, and quite frankly, I don't like it. Like, come up with a rotation and stick with it. These teams aren't good enough to where we're trying to match their lineup. They got to match our lineup. Like, we're not matching their lineup, by the way, because we got the best players in the world. we're going to match the lineup anyway. With whoever we got on the court, we'll be fine. So the whole like match their lineup or, this guy out of the lineup, I disagree with it. But we're so much better than everybody that it kind of doesn't matter. But once you find the rotations are what they are. Let's not combat the mistake that Jason Tatum was out with. Oh, no, this guy isn't playing. Now that guy isn't. Like, what we doing? And so I actually totally disagree with that. I think we know if Joel's going to be out of the lineup, then Joel's out of the lineup. But then you start the next game. Like, what are we really doing? I don't get it. Like, the whole switching this guy out, now this guy ain't going to play this game. That guy, like, what we doing? So I totally disagree with that. And as I said, just from the outside looking in, it just comes off as like we made a mistake as a coaching staff, as opposed to just the mistake that we made, this is what it is and moving on. You now combat it with, all right, now this guy ain't playing. JT goes from out of the starting lineup, out of the rotation at all, 0 minutes to the starting lineup. That don't make him feel good. Because then it's like, oh, this is the story. Now I'm all of a sudden in the starting lineup. I'm Jason Tatum. Like, it's almost like, oh, I'm giving you this so you don't feel bad. Like, that don't make him feel good. It actually, I'm sure it probably made him feel worse about it. Like, oh, now I'm starting. And so I just disagree with what's going on with the lineup stuff. Like, get the lineups, lock the lineups in, lock the rotations in. We know who's starting, we know who we go, and go with it. But somebody else in the lineup today, Nuke got him. Again, we're good enough to get away with it because we're just more superior than everyone. Team USA basketball, best in the world, bar none, no question. So we get away with it. But just because we get away with it don't make it right. And I think it's wrong. I totally disagree with it, but we 3-0. But guess what? If our rotations were locked in, you know what our record would be? 3-0. Because we're just better.
Good sir. Good sir. You should feel like a freaking idiot. You don't give Jason Tatum any playing time in a blowout? Make that make sense, please. Make it make sense. But I'm going to address that as well. But let's get to this. What is Draymond Green thinking, fam? Help me out here. Why did he feel compelled to do a whole video about the lineups and Jason Tatum not playing? Who cares? Sure, he's part of the new quote-unquote media now, but isn't playing for the Golden State Warriors his first job? Isn't his head coach his teammate? Hasn't his head coach defended him time and again through all the drama? If Draymond felt it was necessary to focus on this, couldn't he have made a short statement on the topic? Something like, yes, Coach Kerr dropped the ball by not playing Jason Tatum, but none of us are perfect. I've dropped the ball plenty of times. Period. End of story. Keep it moving. But no, he dragged it. How many times did Draymond say, what are we doing? What are we doing? How many times did you say, I don't agree with it. 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 At the end of the day, Jason Tatum, last time I checked, isn't on the Warriors. His civil rights weren't violated. So why is Draymond Green flipping? And he's smart enough to know it's not just what you say, but how you say it in this media space. Especially when Kerr has taken shots for him when he effed up. Nah, fam, I'm smarter than a 5th grader. There's something else going on here. Facts. But okay, let's move on to Jason Tatum. First, they messed up by selecting Kawhi over Jaylen Brown initially. That was a total screw up. Then they doubled down on the effort by picking Derek White over Jaylen Brown as Kawhi's substitute. Huh? What? No disrespect to Derek White. Now, Jason Tatum isn't getting any minutes in the games, but Derek White and Jrue Holiday are? What? Nah, dog. Y'all are tripping. Y'all are tripping. As Draymond said, I don't want to hear anything about the matchups. Miss me with that, please. These dudes are supposed to be better than the original Dream Team, correct? Remember the Dream Team featuring the GOAT? These dudes are supposed to be better than them. Nah, I'm not buying it. If you want to know what all of this is really saying, what they're really trying to tell Jason Tatum. Remember that infamous line from Jay-Z? I'm over like, we don't believe you. You need more people. We don't believe you. You need more people. Period. Jason, they don't believe you, dog. NBA champion, and they do not believe you. Sit your ass on the bench. We don't believe you. Jason Tatum has a tattoo of Kobe on, right? And remember that? How would Kobe respond? I guess he's supposed to be the Kobe ear in his head. How would Kobe respond to this blatant disrespect? Yo, man, listen. If this doesn't light Tatum's fire, then all of it was justified, gang. Period. I don't want to hear it. Tatum and Brown, this season coming up, should come back destroying everything moving. Period. All right. Well, what say you, good people? What are your thoughts on Draymond's commentary first? Do you think he has issues with Kerr? Because I certainly do. And what do you think about my take on Jason Tatum? On your way out, if you enjoyed the video, gang, hit the like for me. It's free. And it really helps the channel grow. I appreciate you. Go check out our other content on your screen when you get a chance. Until the next video, be safe and God bless.